Meat is unethical. Now, I'm not saying that eating meat is unethical. I'm just saying that the way that meat was produced is unethical. Now, Kevin Boukpessi, will try to convince you guys to eat more ethically raised meats in the future. Now, you may ask me, why me? Why do I think I can convince you guys to eat ethically raised meat? Well, um, about a year ago, I was introduced to the idea of ethically raised or non-ethically raised meat by my professor, and I believe that I was impacted and that I was emotionally impacted enough to keep talking about it, researching, and thinking about it till today. And I believe I will take this subject seriously enough because of that. And I hope you guys will trust me about this information. So, um, anyways, how will I convince you guys? Well, I will do it in a three-part presentation. The first part will be how you guys should care about this subject of ethically raised meats. The second part will be how are those animals, the animals where you get that meat from, treated before you get that product. And the third part will be how it's not how you don't really need to break the bank or change your wildlife to support this cause. So really, let's get right into it right now. So why should you care? Well, we most of us have domestic animals such as dogs or cattle, even hamsters. And the reason why we keep those animals with us is because they share emotions with us. We can connect on an emotional level with dogs, with for example dogs, because you can see they're happy sometimes or sad or depressed or just tired, and that's one of the reasons we are so close to our domestic animals, because we can share emotionally. We don't really need to talk to them to understand how they feel, and they do the same with us. So according to the One Green website, uh, those animals are not the only ones that feel like this, that can have complex emotions. Animals that we tend to keep in those farms or slaughterhouse that we keep to have eat their meats, have also complex emotions, such as cows, sheep, and especially pigs. They can express complex emotions such as love, hatred, and jealousy towards other animals or humans. So it's not just domestic animals. Now keep this in mind as we go to the second part of this presentation, which is how are those animals treated? Well, what I'm about to say can be just a little bit sensitive. So so this is just a fair warning before I get started. So those animals are not treated really well. They're crammed into cages. They're not given enough fresh air, fresh water, or even clean food. They're crammed. They need to stay in places where they do their number two and number three, and they eat in that same spot. And there's not a lot of regulation that prevents farmer from doing this to make a profit. Those animals needs to stay together, really, really close together, pretty much all their life before they get killed for their meat. Some animals are killed just because they cannot produce, for example, eggs. Baby chickens that are males are killed often because they cannot produce eggs, and they won't be useful to farmers, and they won't be making any profit from them. Or animals such as cows or pigs who have tails and likes to play with them, or get their tails removed without surgery, because farmers do not really like having pigs or cow play with other animals tails, and that's without surgery again. And keep in mind that those animals have emotions. They can feel emotions, and they can feel fear, sadness, and joy, and all those type of emotions. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, if you're really interested into helping for this whole subject and ideology, well, there's a couple of things that you can do that could really help the cause. So the first step would be really to buy certified humane meat. So that's the pretty much their logo. And if you go to a local butcher or any type of meat store where you can get fresh meats, if some packages will have this logo, you can ask around if you can't find it, or you can buy it online. And that just means that this meat, that the animals where you got the meat from was raised ethically in the best way possible, the best legal way possible, and with a lot of space, with a lot of air, clean water, and food. And they were not killed as babies because they would not be useful later on. So if you are interested, you can find and look for it. And if you want to take this a step further, you can also buy Beyond Meats, or meat replacement, basically. So it's basically meat that's made from plant. It's a way to support organizations such as this one, which is basically an animal activist group that supports animals, right? And if you buy, for example, vegan meats, or meat that's not really made out of meats, you really support those organizations. You are not supporting organizations that are not treating animals right. Like, for example, farms or some slaughterhouse that are not really following any guidelines. That are trying to make as much profit as they can. So if you follow that, you can help. And again, you can another way of helping is just going out there yourself and try to join organization. Again, you can join this one. I'll put a link in the description if you want, and the comment section. I'm sorry. And you can also sign petitions on website like change.org or other petition websites if you want to be, if you don't really want to go out there. And that's also really helpful. And any type of petition can help. So in conclusion, I try to show you guys how those animals that are pretty much left in farms for their meat can have as much emotions as dogs or hamsters or cats that we keep in our houses, because they share emotional connections with them. I explained to you guys also how they're treated really badly for when we all know that they have emotions. They can feel fear, pain, and they can express that fear and pain, not exactly like humans, but they can do it. So that's that's also what we saw. And the last part, I showed you guys how you can be useful to this cause, and pretty much join organizations, or maybe buy Beyond Meat if you want to support the cause, or even sign petitions if you don't really want to go out there yourself. So I hope you guys appreciate my presentation. I hope you guys have a great day, and thank you for being here with me. Thank you.